Uh-oh, back to the original background image. What could that mean? Find out in episode 58 of the Doofy Doo Talk of Shiren the Wanderer. Hello there! I thought I would find Naoki on the last floor. There he is! At the bottom of this large room, I see a yellow dot. That is Naoki! So, if I can just get past this death medal, this dungeon is done! But you know what? I am going to follow the formula. I'm not going to end the bonus dungeon. I'm going to explore this entire floor layout and get all of the loot. As a pumpkin muppet. I do have to be careful and make sure I don't wander too deep into the wall, because if a death angel shows up, they have double speed, I have single speed. And that would be bad news. I seem to be getting attacked by a corporal ant or general ant, some kind of ant. Remember in my redesign, I gave the redesigned ant double speed. Notice how that would make the ant much more dangerous to me right now. It could dig into the wall and then attack the next turn. So I wouldn't be safe kind of staying right on the border like this. Once again, I think that was a good decision to redesign the soldier ant. Makes it much more of a threat. Sometimes there's a shop, as I've said a couple times before, in this type of floor. Hopefully, it'll be a nice shop with some good items. I can sell all my extra meat, maybe buy something before I get out of here. So far, it looks like there is nothing. I guess I'm going to have a few seconds for another monster design. I am going to borrow a monster design from one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I mentioned this before, The Adventures of Lolo. Hey, there's what I was worried about. The standoff. I better revert. I think I'll just make some meat. There's an enemy in Adventures of Lolo, which is a real-time puzzle game with turn-based elements a little bit. It's really well done. Adventures of Lolo does more with a single non-scrolling screen and 8-bit NES graphics than a lot of games can do with really fancy engines and shaders and all the memory in the world. So if you like puzzles, hard puzzles, I cannot recommend Adventures of Lolo 1, 2, and 3 enough. Those are amazing games. Nope, nothing on this floor. Aw. But Lolo has this little green enemy called a leaper that hops around and chases you. Oh, and you can't kill any of the enemies in Lolo. You have to rely on your wits, which I like a lot. It's made by HAL before they became popular with Kirby and Smash Brothers. Alright, I'm going to end the bonus dungeon. Here we go. What am I doing? I'm looking for you, man. Took me 3 tries. This is a little disturbing. He's like covered in monster blood. Hey, Shiren. I found some great meat down here. Let me give it to you. I don't really touch my meat. Yeah, if you like hard puzzles, play Adventures of Lolo 1, 2, and 3. The music, it loops fairly often and will quickly drive you insane. There's a suicide button on the game, which was the first, I think, for the NES, maybe? You could commit suicide whenever you wanted. But yeah, the leaper enemy hops around. If it touches you, it falls asleep and it forms a kind of a barrier and you can't move it. So I'm going to make an enemy in Shiren that chases you around, and when you attack it, it's going to fall asleep. It won't be invincible when it falls asleep. I guess we could call it the Snorlax monster. But it'll be, it'll take a while to defeat, kind of like a dark owl, you know, it has really good defense. So you don't want it to fall asleep and trap you somewhere, because it'll take a while to defeat it when it's asleep. Alright, I'm going to rearrange my storehouse a little bit. We've hit the point where we need to hoard some items, and I don't have a lot of 5-slot jars of holding. I got some 4 slots. I think I'm just gonna eat these rice balls, just because my parents taught me never waste food. I'm gonna save my Bufu's cleavers. I'll put down a few of these larger jars. I am almost ready to start Faye's final puzzle. Oh, I feel so good. It took longer than I thought to make it this far. There is one, well, if you've never beaten Faye's Final Puzzle, do not do the game in the order that I am doing. I'm going to beat Faye's Final Puzzle before I do any of the other bonus dungeons, because I want to use the equipment I get for my winning run, including probably a strengthening jar, to grind up powerful equipment that'll make all the other bonus dungeons basically just formalities. I'll just run right through them really quickly, because they're not super fun to me. Maybe I'll do rice ball runs through them as kind of special side episodes, but in this main talk through run, I just kind of want to run through the other ones. You know, it's not that fun to try them and get really far and then die. The talk through would take forever. So because I know that I can beat Faye's Final Puzzle, I'm going to do Faye's Final Puzzle first. If you have never beaten Faye's Final Puzzle, beat the other bonus dungeons first. Unless you're really, really dedicated and you really have a lot of fun. Because it's kind of like a brick wall. A lot of people get to this point in the game, they try Faye's Final Puzzle, they die almost immediately, and they think, oh my gosh, I have to make it through 99 floors of this? That's completely ludicrous, it's impossible. And they don't really enjoy the game. If you take the time to go through Tainted Path, and even Ravine of the Dead, you'll be used to facing higher level enemies, and you'll be a little bit more confident, you know? When you get to those deeper floors in Faye's Final Puzzle, you won't be blindsided by the abilities of the really powerful enemies, because you'll have seen them before. That's probably the best thing to do. Also, in this talk through, I'm going to push kind of the metaphor of a playthrough of Shiren the Wanderer being kind of like the process of living your life. So remember, we started out in high school in Table Mountain. We got some basic skills. It was pretty easy. We just kind of went through. We didn't really have to try that hard. Then we moved on to college in Bufu's cave. We got slapped down. It was more difficult than we thought. So we went back to community college in Scroll Cave, and that was super easy. Gave us the confidence we needed and the credits we could transfer to return to Bufu's cave in college. And maybe we didn't graduate in 4 years, okay? Maybe it took us longer than average, but we made it through, finally. And then talk to everybody. Everyone else is going to try to make it through. Talking to all these other hopeful wanderers reminds me of a thing I like about roguelikes and Shiren the Wanderer, but roguelikes in general. In a lot of games, yeah, sure you will. Oh, it's so tempting to turn some of these people into monsters. Now that I've gotten rid of all the items I wanted to save, I don't really care about these other items. I could turn one into a tank. It would instantly kill me, though. I could become a ghost radish and slow down everybody. Yeah. Oh, be strong, Doofy. Be strong. Alright. A lot of other games try to make you feel special. You are the hero. You are the chosen one. A little bit of that happens in Shiren the Wanderer. Oh, I'm going to do it. Let me get... Hey, little bee. Come up here. I got something to show you. Little bee. All right. Open your mouth. I got a surprise for you. Little bunny bee. Let's get out of here before little bee bites me with his huge incisors. I abuse little bee too much. I should go easy on him. I guess I could sell everything. I need to go find Smith's apprentice. Hey, you guys are still looking out the window. Oh, at least the blacksmith's not mad at me anymore. Yeah, sorry about that giant scar on your face. I don't know. I don't know who that guy was that throws that polearm at you. Yeah, he must have been some other guy who was dressed like me. Great weather. That's all you have to say. Maybe she's just nervous because I threw that polearm. If this was an anime, a giant bead of sweat would fall down her face. Great weather we're having today, Shiren. Please don't throw a polearm again. I guess I could sell everything I have. Yeah. Oh, and then I'd have to go all the way to... No. I don't want to go all the way to Mountaintop Town, look for a melting jar. I'm going to put this stuff, this shopkeeper into a jar. And then commit suicide. Oh, an air blast scroll. I like how his wife is just calm, like, oh, another shopper stuffed my husband into a jar. Happens all the time. I do not have enough items to survive this. Even if I was a tank, I'd be so slow these dogs would kill me. I'm just gonna become a little pudger radish. Try to slow down this dog. How's it going, dog? Oh, one-hitted by the dog. That's a quick way to get rid of all those extra items. I don't want to have to deal with selling them and then spending all my money on a melding jar right now. I'll do that later. What was I talking about? Oh, a lot of games want to make you feel special, like the chosen one, like the one hero. You are a god among all the other characters. Shiren is not like that. Roguelikes. Hey, sexy grandma, you're the only one who really understands me. Shiren the Wanderer and other roguelikes, you know, you're just another wanderer, another rogue in the dungeon. Everyone else is trying too. You're just going along with them. So there's nothing special about you. And I like that. You know, again, it's the flattening of the hierarchy. You're not a special character. You're not the chosen one. You're just a guy going through the dungeon like everybody else, looking for loot. A horrible dungeon? Don't you mean the most wonderful dungeon ever? No, I'm not ready yet. What? You're insulting my manhood? I'm twice the man you are, Faye. And my manmus for men is fabulous. Alright, there's one errand we need to run before we start Faye's final puzzle. Finally, it's gonna be so awesome. We shall begin the final preparations for the journey of a lifetime. Next episode, next week, on Shiren the Wanderer. I am actually pretty excited about this, and I've done it before. I cannot wait. I will see you all then. Goodbye. Are you going to Bamboo Village? Skeleton Mage, Death Angel, and Slime? Don't mention me to the smith who works there. Once threw a spear in his eye. I don't really...